Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to JV West Season 3, Round 6, the Scottish J-Prix at Glasgow. Let's take a look at the starting grid for qualifying, which is, of course, in reverse driver standings order. So Ellie will be starting from the front row with Proline for the qualifying session, and at the back we will be having Shallow and Kader. As well as the Flying Foxes, not too far away from the bottom as well. So let's get right into the qualifying. Here we go. Welcome to Glasgow. This circuit had the honor of being the Season 2 finale of JLV. It was called JLV West back then, where Odd Koopa started from 20th and managed to make his way up to 10th, becoming the first driver to score points in every single round of this competition. And he also won the Drivers' Championship without winning a single race. Anyways, on to token spends, which are quite interesting today, as we've got some quite heavy token spenders today. If I could make this just a tiny bit bigger. Whoa. Anyways, there, as you can see right now, we've got 4 tokens being spent by Ellie, who we're following from Electric Racing. Then 3 tokens being spent by Botti from Audio Costa, by Juan from Flying Fox, and by Charged JT from the Monkey Racing, and by Kraft from Mazda Motorsport. 2 tokens being spent by G4, Edvardito's Gamer, 1 token being spent by Hyper Mustang, Smalls, Proline Tifole, and Boken. The rest of the drivers not spending any tokens. So there's the token spend. Hope you had a good look at that. And into the pits they go, halfway through the qualifying session now. So let's take a look where we are at right now. It's Botti and provisional pole. It's decided to stay out. And it's Kraft on the front row behind him. Ellie's only qualified third. Then it's Juan, but Prolime is having a really good outlap here. Let's see what Prolime has to offer. He's only spending 1 token, but Avionics have had a speed upgrade ahead of this round, and we'll see Botti and Kraft into the pits shortly. And here goes Prolime, and Ellie gets up to provisional pole. Prolime improves. Smalls on provisional pole now, with a time of 34.05. And the question is, can maybe... Oh, we've got Boken riding high here. Slightly worn out tires, but can Kraft and Botti also improve their times? Here's Boken then. Across the line, it looks like a good lap for him. Charge GT, however, has got the traction out of that corner. Neither of them ends up improving. Botti crosses the line, does not improve. Neither does Kraft. Vasca Brave is struggling there. Kader a little bit as well. Ellie's on track to be the next across the line, and we could maybe have an extra lap of racing, but that won't benefit anyone. All the tires will be quite worn out, and you can already tell there's not much improvement, except Botti 34.77 with that late pit stop, but his tires might be falling off now as well. And yeah, there's just not gonna be. We're looking across the line. drivers who are even 6 seconds off their fastest time, but it might give you some idea of which drivers might perform best in the race. Ellie and Botti won't be taking pole position here as they cross the line. It is Smalls on pole position for the Monkey Racing out of nowhere, and then Ellie will start on the front row. Take a look. We will take a look at the qualifying results right as everyone crosses the line. How is Russell British Racing doing? They've had a more successful qualifying this time. They're going to be starting from 15th and 18th. That's definitely quite solid, and they'll be happy to have at least one Flying Fox behind them in the form of Masca Brevis, starting from 19th. But let's take a look at the qualifying result. Here it is then, Smalls with the pole position. Ellie will be starting from the front row. Botti starts third, then G4 starting fourth. Charge JT starting from 5th. Then we have Kraft, Prolime, Juan will be starting from 8th. And it's a 5th row lockout for Burger, Glosky, Emma Box, and Boken. 34 to Foley starting from 11th, just near those points positions. 12th will be starting position for Edvarditos. Mr. Crunk from 13th with no tokens. Cloud 14th. Shiloh will be starting from 15th. Then Hyper, Gamer 15, Kader, Masca Brevis starting from 19th, and Razim starting from 20th. So let's get right into the race. Here we go, 27 laps at Glasgow. Smalls starts us off on the softs. Botti with a great look down the inside, and he's straight into the lead of the race, and the rest of them are starting to fall behind already. Botti and Smalls with a quick start. Smalls tries round the outside, it's round the inside now. Botti shrugs him off, but goes wide at the hairpin. Still manages to get that traction out, and at this hairpin, he's still in the lead. Going through the small chicane section here. And Botti has managed to get into the lead of the race. It's Botti in first, followed by Smalls. Kraft with Ellie looking down the inside. Ellie spending 4 tokens here, and it's a good start on the mediums as well, and fighting drivers on the softs. Juan was start from Juan from 8th, already up to 5th, and looking down at Kraft in 4th. Ellie's having some struggles with Smalls, and this is just allowing Botti the perfect start, the perfect opportunity. Ellie is already in 2nd, Juan is in 4th, and gets into 3rd now. Smalls with a mistake, Kraft also passed Smalls, and it's a terrible start for Smalls as Charge JT, his teammate, gets past him as well. Started on pole position, G4 also lost a couple of positions. Shiloh is already into the points, he's in 9th. He started on the hards as well. This is a long-term strategy, and it's already paying off. Ellie's trying to close the gap on Botti here, who holds the fastest lap, but those softs are already starting to show signs of wear after 3 laps. Glasgow is an intensive track on the tyres, and Ellie is on a harder compound here. The tyres can last for longer, and you can definitely tell there, but Botti is deploying his boost now. Ellie is saving us up, and he is in fact not lost much time at all, even with Botti deploying his boost. Kraft is now into the podium places, but G4 and Charge GT are fighting him for it behind. Juan, after a great start, is now here in 6th, but he is also challenging G4 and Charge GT. Smalls is in 7th, Boken, then Shiloh is still running 9th, away from any competition from behind, any competition from the front. 10th is Emma Box, and Kader is leading a pack, he's in 11th, he's just 1 position away from the points as well. What a start has been for the Russell British Racing drivers. Kraft is now caught up to Ellie, goes round the outside, round the inside, round the outside, hits a bit of gravel, and he's back down into 3rd. But Botti has managed to get and run away again. And Ellie's really trying to catch up to him here. He's got the harder compound of tires. Botti will have to pit earlier. And we never know if the rain might play a decisive factor in the race. Botti stays out for the 6th lap, but it looks like the softs have outlived their purpose. Ellie down the inside at that first turn keeps it through the chicanes, and Botti is just losing more and more grip. Both of them go into the gravel, but Botti definitely takes the gravel much deeper. Kraft is also starting to struggle on the softs. G4 is through into 3rd place, Juan into 5th. Then we have Boken, Smalls, Emma Box now leading this pack, and Shiloh, what a move! Down the inside on Charge JT, and looks for another move down the inside on Smalls, but Charge JT goes even more on the inside. But Shiloh is holding down this position here, but what has happened to Kader? He's down into 20th. He must have had a horrible accident. He's lost 9 positions. And Kraft, Charge JT, Smalls are into the pits. Botti is still out on 7-lap-old softs. Is this the correct strategy decision? He's already down into 4th, and he will lose only more positions when he pits, and he gets forced very wide there, even more by G4 into the gravel. And now trying to shrug off Emma Box here, and he goes into the pits. It's Ellie into the lead of the race, 6 seconds gap over Juan, who's currently in 2nd battling Boken, and Boken gets forced wide. What a start it has been, and Shiloh's still out on those hards are still showing their worth. No, he does go a bit wide into the gravel. He will have to pit eventually, but possibly not just yet. And Boken has made his way past Juan, who's struggling in the mediums. Ellie is into the pits now. And Kraft, who has a pit stop behind him already, has already overtaken Juan, which is not usually a good sign. Kraft also with his early pit stop, he's now into the provisional lead of the race once Boken has to pit, and Kraft just smashes into the back of him and then just drives away past him. Ellie in provisional 2nd, then we have Charge AT provisionally on the podium. It's exciting stuff here at Glasgow. Kraft leads lap 9. Boken still out on the hard tires after 9 laps. Shiloh looking to be struggling there now, but he does not go into the pits. This is, however, slightly concerning for his chances at the points, but it might also allow him to get a softer compound in one of his later pit stops. Goes very wide into the gravel there. That is not good news. Kraft currently still leading us away. Then it's Ellie, Charge JT, Boken just barely ahead of Botti, and he has to pit now. Surely 10 laps of hards. He's still out on 10 laps of hards, and there comes Juan, who's picked mediums again, and he's about to overtake Boken. Goes around the outside, becomes the inside, and there he goes for 5th position. Botti still with the fastest lap of the race of 33.60. Ellie is caught up to Kraft now, but a little collision with Mascabravas there loses him just a bit of time. Mascabravas running in 18th. Kader has recovered from his accident. He's up into 16th now. Shiloh still hasn't pitted, however, and he's in 11th. He's already outside of the points, and he hasn't yet pitted. That is not good news for Russell British Racing, who have had a wonderful start, and now just bad luck and mistake in strategy. It's not good news for them at all, but Boken now pits Emma Box, pitting as well, and there goes Shiloh, and he's down into 14th position, but he does have the fresher tires, and he's opted for mediums. Ellie looking down the inside on Kraft through the chicane, does not go wide enough to hit the grass, and what a wonderful run that is. Kraft gets stuck behind the blue flag driver off to Foley, and Ellie is through into the lead of the race. Charge GT is holding down behind him in 3rd position. Botti now has managed to make his way back up to 4th. Then we have Juan. G4 is on the softs in 6th place, but those softs are already showing signs of wear. Smalls in 7th after pole position. That must be a bit disappointing, but his teammate is in the podium, so there's some good news for the Monkey Racing. Boken 34 and 8th. It's Edward Titos who's managed to make his way up into 9th, but those mediums don't look to be lasting for much longer, already struggling. Emma Box in 10th, he's on very fresh mediums, might overtake Edward Tito soon. Then we have Cloud, Mr. Crunk, and it's Shiloh, currently lapped by Kraft, running in 13th, so he's managed to make his way past Hyper Mustang. Ellie still running in first. Mr. Crunk is currently in 12th. His teammate Kraft in second, so good stuff for Matzer, good stuff for Electric Racing, and good stuff for the Monkey Racing. Shiloh now trying to unlap himself from Charge GT. He needs to make his way back up the pack, and Charge GT is quite slowing him down here. And yes, Shiloh gets forced out wide, even into the gravel at that corner. It's a very dangerous corner to go on the outside of. Charge GT actually into the pits. Means Balti is into the podium positions. And it looks like Edward Tito's has gotten out of the pits. Ooh, Shiloh forced wide again. But Edward Tito's has gotten out of the pits ahead of Shiloh. Ellie with a big lead over Kraft now. But he's on slightly fresher hards. Will he be able to challenge Kraft for second position here? He does stop from hitting too much gravel on that hairpin, thanks to Mr. Crunk, and Kraft actually pits for fresh tires. Will he go for 11 lap hards? Will he go for a 2 pit stop strategy? Looks like hards, which I might wager is Kraft's last pit stop. Charge GT out on the mediums. I think he will still have to pit one more time. Juan pits for softs, definitely has to pit one more time. It's Boken in 6th. Then we have G4 and Emma Box Smalls into the pits onto soft, so he will also have to pit one more time. And Edward Tito's overtakes him now for 9th, but he is still quite a ways away. There is a big gap now between the points positions and 11th and 12th, much to the dismay of Shiloh, who had a brilliant start. It is quite disappointing to not see him in the points positions right now, but staying out on the hards for 11 laps, it was a gamble, and we'll see how that gamble ends up paying off. Ellie now getting into some trouble with blue flag drivers. He has a gap of 13.7 seconds to Kraft in second. He could pit and still come out on front. He could pit twice, potentially, and still be out in front, but I'm not sure about the pit length here. But he might want to pit now. I think mediums could run 8 laps easily, and it's a easy victory for Ellie, who has the fastest lap of 33.62, just 200ths away from Botti. Is he pitting this lap? Oh, I'm not sure if he wanted to pit there, but he did get forced by Kader. That is quite interesting, as Kraft has now made up half the gap. And Charge GT has lost half that gap, and he is fighting Juan for the podium spot. Juan's down the inside into turn 1, and through the chicane, it's Charge GT who comes out with an incredible little maneuver there on the inside. Juan goes wide, makes a mistake, and JT's in the podium still. God, Shiloh's down into 14th already. Emma Box, one of the last drivers to pit. Ellie's already got overtaken by Kraft. Why did he decide to stay out for this extra lap? He's going for softs, 7 lap of softs. Kraft into the lead of the race. He has a huge gap of 7 seconds ahead to JT and Juan. Juan now takes a bit of gravel, loses more time to JT, thus allowing Ellie to catch up to him incredibly quickly here. We're having quite an interesting fight on the podium spots. Ellie down the inside, Juan goes wide again, and Juan needs to just keep the car on the track. Ellie, incredible traction down the inside at the final corner, and easily overtakes Charge GT here, running to get that first spot back as quickly as possible. Will it be Kraft with the 11 lap hards? Will it be Ellie with the 7 lap softs? Or will one of them pit? Will it maybe be even Charge No, he'll still have to pit one more time and he's already behind both of them. Same with Juan, they're fighting for third place here. That much is certain. Botti is in fact catching up to him. He's on fresher tires. May we see him take these softs to the end. G4 on very fresh tires. So is Boken and Emma Box. Smalls, Advertitos into the pits. Is this enough to see Cloud in the mix? No, it is not. He is still 7 seconds behind. Kraft is just keeping that 6-second gap. It's 5 seconds now, actually, to Ellie, as he gets out of sorts with some blue flag drivers. There's 2 blue flag drivers between him and Ellie. One of them is Boken34. The other one looks to be Emma Box. Charge GT is now on the losing side. No, both him and Juan are on the losing side. Botti, who started the final stint on softs and is looking to see those for the end, is now into the podium positions as well. Beating out both Charge GT and Juan, G4 and 6, then Boken, Emma Box, Edvertitos and Smalls just holding on to 10th. From pole position, not a very good race for him. Shiloh in 14th, Kader in 17th. Definitely an improvement of a performance over Barcelona. Well, of course, every other team is spending tokens out here, you know, so it's obvious that they would be disadvantaged, and they've also both beaten Masked Bravest, so tokenless, their car is definitely triumphant. Kraft still holding on as he starts the penultimate lap of the race, lap 26, being started by Kraft now. Had to take a little drink of water there. Juan has pitted for fresh tires recently, looks like, and he's overtaken Botti for third position. As a result, Charge GT is still out on those mediums looking to bring them to the end, and that is losing him incredible amounts of time. Kraft starts the last lap of the race now. Ellie still in second. He's not managed to close down that gap. Juan in third position. Botti softs are also starting to feel the wear, and G4 is just a second behind them. Charge GT, he'll be hoping to finish this in 6th. Looks to have misjudged the medium's wear. Incredibly 11.3 seconds slower than his fastest lap. And he's on the final lap here. And it's Kraft across the line, wins the Scottish J-Prix. Ellie, despite 4 tokens, will be going in second. It's Juan in third. Had a really fast run near the end there. Could have maybe even challenged Ellie. It's G4 across the line in 4th. It's Botti who got up to the podium but still misjudged tires in 5th. Charge JT, will he finish across in 6th? Will he just hold on ahead of Boken? It's a deep hit into the grass there. But it's too little too late for Boken. It's Charge JT across the line. In 6th, it's Boken. In 7th, Smalls recovers from 10th up to 8th at the very least, but he did start on pole position, so he will be a bit disappointed with that. It's Emma Box going to cross the line in 9th, just ahead of Edvertitos in 10th. Botti keeps hold of his fastest lap at 33.60. Hyper Mustang, first one out of the points, crosses the line in 11th. Pro Lime in 12th. Looks to be Shiloh crossing the line in 13th. No points for Russell British Racing again, but only 15 points to their rivals Flying Fox. as Masker Bravus has also struggled on this track. Mr. Crunk 14th, then Tifoli 15th, Cloud 16th, Gamer 15th, 17th, Masker Bravus 18th, Kader 19th, and Razim finishes in the last. And what a start that was! That was an incredible start and an incredible race throughout. In the end, the grip was key, and it looks like Matsar, who, if we bring up the grip stats here, Matsar do have the joint highest grip with Gull, who's finished in 4th. Looks like Matsar were really rewarded with that in the end. Crafts Hearts held on for the 11 laps, and he wins the Scottish J-Prix. And that'll be all for round 6. We'll see you next time, round 7, Buenos Aires, Argentinian J-Prix. See you then.